Cricket is not everything, not by any means, but it is a large part of who I am. I have always believed that process is more important than results. If you don't really have a dream, you can't really push yourself, you don't really know what the target is. It's important to learn and not repeat the same mistakes. What's done is done. Finishing is one of the most difficult things to do in cricket. A player can't be a finisher in just 6 months or 1 year. You have to be used to that responsibility, keeping on doing what is required from you over a period of time. I believe in giving more than 100% on the field, and I don't really worry about the result if there's great commitment on the field. That's victory for me. Self-confidence has always been one of my good qualities. I am always very confident. It is in my nature to be confident, to be aggressive, and it applies in my batting as well as wicket-keeping. Spirit of cricket is not about just the guidelines provided. I have 3 dogs at home. Even after losing a series or winning a series, they treat me the same way. You learn a lot more when you're going through a rough period compared to the good times when everything goes your way. For me, it's important to build good partnerships rather than score centuries. Once you have those partnerships, you will also get centuries. I live in the present with an eye on the future. Winning the World Cup was very special because it meant so much to so many. One thing about our country that is constant is cricket. The smile it brought to people's faces was the thing I shall always remember. It reminded me, reminded all of us, of our importance to the lives of the Indian people less lucky than we are. If you have forest, if you have green forest, the water table goes up. What happens with deforestation is the water level goes down, and we all know how much importance drinking water has. I resigned from captaincy because I wanted the new captain to get enough time for preparing a team before the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. I never allow myself to be pressured. Going out for rides with my friends and having lunch or dinner at a roadside hotel, that's my favorite time pass. I live for the moment, not the future, not the past. In tennis ball cricket, even it's hit from the toe of the bat, the ball still travels a lot, but in normal cricket, it has to be the middle part of the bat, so it requires a lot of work. Strong characters are needed in the game. If you play cricket for India, money is bound to come, and with IPL in and match money of the Ranji Trophy, I think money is there. There's no good reason why you should not work hard, because at the end of the day, you want to play for your country. I love being in the present. When I was playing for my school, the only thing I wanted to do was get selected for the under-16 or the under-19 district teams. When I was selected for the district, I would think about the next level, which was getting selected for the state side. I'm a person who lives very in the moment. Unless you know the individual, it's very difficult to advise that individual as to what he needs to do. I am in the hands of Dorima. Every time I come to Ranchi, I visit her temple. I still remember my first visit. My wife wants me to eat fish. She says it is delicious. But I don't like fish, so that is that. When people talk about South Africa, it's all about lions and elephants. But when we talk about India, we talk about tigers. I don't like discussing cricket off the field. You need to perform consistently, and if you're raising the standard, you have to stand by it. You have to keep on doing well. I never thought of playing for any other franchise other than CSK. Chennai is my second home. Fans here have adopted me as one of their own. After the first ball is bowled, it's only chaos. What you are trying to do is you're trying to manage the chaos. It's not like a script that happens. What we have seen is that sports is definitely developing in India. I can see a lot of positive things happening in India. It may take a bit more time, but with proper guidance and people having passion for sports, I don't think we are far away from becoming a good sporting nation. The reason why people love T20 is the sixes and fours. A lot of things have changed since I made my debut in 2004. The way cricket is played has changed. The kind of players that are coming in the Indian team are drastically different than what we were used to. My role is quite the same. You only evolve with time, and that's what I am trying to do. You may earn whatever money you earn as a cricketer, but you want to play for your country. At the end of the day, you want to do something special. There are plenty of people who earn 50 crores or 100 crores as businessmen or big professionals, or who are really doing well in business. But what gives pleasure to your mom and dad is the fame. Cricket is not everything, not by any means, but it is a large part of who I am. Therefore, I want to play in all formats of the game and to play as much as possible, because, before long, it will be over. For me, opposition is just another opposition. Getting up quite late in the morning, going and trying to clean my bikes, I have quite a few of them in Ranchi, spending some time with my family, my parents and friends, Going out for rides with my friends and having lunch or dinner at a roadside hotel, that's my favorite time pass. These are the sort of things that really excite me. Gut feeling is all about the experiences that you have had in your life. It is about being in difficult scenarios, knowing what worked, what did not work, and then taking a decision. One thing about our country that is constant is cricket. Selecting a strong team without giving the new captain appropriate time isn't possible. During a packed season, maintaining fitness becomes tough because you can't put too much effort into it. You're constantly monitoring workloads. When I'm at home, I love playing action-oriented computer games. I don't believe in calling someone and having a big chat, because that puts a lot of added pressure on them. If somebody is doing something or involved in fielding practice, then a little chit-chat at that time helps because it's informal and doesn't add any pressure. After one Olympics, if we invest in sports and say we will get a gold medal in the next Olympic, it doesn't work like that in sports. How it works is that you provide the infrastructure, provide education about nutrition and health. One-day cricket is about aggression and flair, but Test cricket is a different ball game. One has to struggle through the hard periods initially and then look on to get a respectable score on the board. I am always the one who is responsible for anything bad that happens in Indian cricket. Everything that happens is because of. You don't need to spoon-feed bowlers at the international level. Frankly, I never thought that I would represent my country one day. Whether a player has played one match or 100, we should give him respect for what he has achieved and leave it at that. I think it is always a challenge when you go and play abroad. You are competing against the home team, and they know the conditions well. Their fast bowlers always know which length to bowl and also the areas in which they need to bowl. The biggest problem is when a player asks a captain why he is not playing but does not want an honest answer. My dad and my brother were more keen on football, but I used to play canvas ball cricket while at school in Ranchi, and we would have cricket coaching camps in the summer vacations. That's how I started. I have formed the Mahendra Singh Dhoni Charitable Trust, which organizes cricket tournaments in Jharkhand to identify promising cricketers so that we can help groom them, either in India or abroad. Winning the World Cup was very special because it meant so much to so many. The more all-rounders you have, the more difficult it becomes for the opposition. The reason being, if you have players who can bat and bowl, and if they are proper all-rounders, they may be spinning or fast bowling all-rounders, they add to the strength of the team. A sporting track doesn't always mean that it will only have grass on it. You have seen cricketers who are not God-gifted, but even then, they have gone far. That's because of the passion. I have faced challenges during the initial stages of my career, and I see Run Adam as filling a vacuum. I am a person who lives very in the moment. If you're playing against an aggressive side, you need to play an aggressive game. If you keep winning, you don't know the areas you've to work hard. As a skipper, when you try to manipulate the field, you need to see the strengths of the fast bowlers. I don't study cricket too much. Whatever I have learned or experienced is through cricket I've played on the field, and whatever little I have watched. I care most about how people live their lives, what choices they make, and how they get the best from themselves. For me, fielding and running between the wickets are two things that are very important. For that, you need to motivate the guys about how much of an effect it will have on the game. We have always made sure that players who have played for CSK, even those who came from other franchises for whatever reason, have performed well. I am quite used to playing with few injuries, whether it is back, fingers, elbow, or something else. You have to be tough and get on with the game. Making important medicine more available and affordable is a great thing for the country, and NetMeds is one of the mainstays in the space. They have a long legacy in the pharma business, and they are making it easier for people to stay healthy. If you are good at studies, and you want to play cricket, you may work harder than any other person, but you may not achieve it. So it's something you have to balance in life and be practical where you are good and then channelize your efforts in the right direction to be successful in life. You can't make 3 or 4 spinners bowl the exact number of overs. You don't see the number of overs bowled by them before you make a bowling change. You see who looks effective and make a bowling change. Since 2005, I have not spent much time with my family. In fact, I have spent more time at the Taj Lands End in Mumbai. It was my 100th visit recently, which means I have spent more than 400 days in that hotel, and that is a lot more than I have spent with my family. Sometimes in T20, you need to bowl only 1 over, and once the captain has given you that 1 over, irrespective of whether it is good or bad, that 1 over is out of the equation. That actually helps you, that 1 over. By the time the batsman figures out what you're trying to do, you get rid of 1 over. Nobody really wants to bowl a bad over, but if it happens, the individual is more disappointed than anyone else in the stadium or the team. Ideally, it is best to leave him to these thoughts and then have a chat with him after the team is back at the hotel when he will be less frustrated and more accepting.